Hi, I am Elise Foss, bringing you 5 minutes or even less than 5 minutes of moving a little bit through the legs, those ankles. In another video, I talked about feet and toe exercises, and those are just so important to do. But now, let's think if you're through the day and you're seated about some ways to just mobilize those leg muscles a bit. And one of them is this one that I'm just showing, pointing and flexing. And as you do this, you can also add a little articulation if you're without shoes. But nowadays, many people, if working from home, can actually be doing it without shoes on the computer for a little break, pointing and flexing. Although I always say, like, if you have been in the computer for a while or seated, the best thing you can do is stand up. But for those moments when you cannot stand up, but you're just doing something, pointing and flexing, great, engaging those toes, very good to do as well. How about circling of those ankles? So we very much need our ankles for walking, right? We go through this motion when we're walking, but also let's circle the other way. As our feet touch the floor, they have to have a bit of this motion as well, inversion, eversion. And so we do want to make sure that we retain sufficient flexibility through our ankle complex. So we can circle one direction, circle the other. And the thing is that I am talking now, but if you were to do it and just close your eyes and breathe and just really notice, this can be a nice mindful movement that you can do. Now, additionally, from seated, we can do a nice stretch for the front of the leg, your shin. And this is kind of nice because you can also get a nice stretch for the front of the thigh, those flexors, because when we're seated, they tend to be always in this compressed way. And if you come to the front of the chair, you could push down with your arms. And of course, if you want something a little more intense, you could just go off the chair and just work it that way. Um, and we can do the other side. We can always play also with different angles with that. So instead of just being straight back, it could be angled in, which means that now we're rotating our hips outwards, or we can angle out, which means our hips are going to rotate in. And so it's good to move our bodies in different angles, different directions, because that's really important for our fascia. Now, if we want to stretch the calf, we can go ahead and lean forward and gently bring the toes up. But if you can get up, it's really nice to go ahead and keep those toes straight forward, bend the front knee, always keeping those knees soft. So the back knee is soft, the heel is pressed down, and we can think about pushing down as we pull up so we can engage through the front of the thigh. We can engage a bit through our glute, and we can switch sides, use the breath. And the beautiful thing about doing it without shoes, particularly, is that most times our shoes, even when they are sneakers, will have a little lift in the back, which means that that muscle never gets full range. And so doing things this way without shoes, it's wonderful for our legs. And again, as I have said, for our feet, and you get that connection with the ground. And so those are just quick tips, quick ideas for moving of the legs. And I hope that this is helpful. And I wish you a most wonderful day. Thank you.